beautiful home out in Fredericksburg, Texas. Here with my lovely guest, Candy.
I am so excited. So it's been a few years since we've done a retreat, right? We're going to talk a little bit about that. And we're just so excited because we were actually talking about this right now before we decided to come live and share this with you. But, you know, having this time away and just being at a different place this time, like how retreats were done in the past with She Is versus where we're at mindset-wise at this one. And it's just been such a beautiful time already, just preparing our hearts and the space and the venue for what's to come tomorrow.
Yes, and we're definitely going to get into that because I want to talk about what we talked a little bit. We're going to unpack that a little bit and talk a few other things. But before we do that, Candy, you just had a birthday.
I did! Yay! I'm not telling you how old I am.
No, you don't have to, but we have a little something for
kidding.
you.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! You
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Candy. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh, that was such a surprise. I love you. You guys, oh, I love you guys. Oh my goodness, wow, I was not expecting.
She was not, so y'all wish Candy a very happy birthday. It is a joy and a privilege to celebrate this beautiful person. And to even create this little moment for it, because you're so special to us and to our community. All of our girls love Candy so much, and we're like, we already had the cake, and we're like, do you see why we were trying to act like, what are you doing? Like, she's all, do you need your water? I'll bring it to you.
I'm just in awe right now. Wow, that is so beautiful. Thank you. Wow.
We love you.
See why you need to be a part of this. Like who? What?
Yes, we love you. We just thought we'd create a little special moment. There's going to be so many special moments over this weekend. We just know it. That's just one of many more to come. We just, we love loving on our girls. It's a big part of who we are. It's what we love to do because we love to see our women just be encouraged and loved on. And we're really looking, we're talking a little bit behind the scenes just about, what we're expecting. And one of the things that we shared and is just seeing the maturity in our team from our last retreat was in 2019. And who we are today is very different from who we were in 2019. And we're just sharing about one of the things that I think we missed in past years is that we forgot that we came to receive too, right? As leaders, we just come so ready to work.
And let's unpack that a little, like on even what a retreat is. The word itself, you're retreating from what, right? From the day-to-day life. Everybody has stuff, things that are going on in life, boxes that you have to check off from the basic, mundane stuff, cleaning houses, going to work, to, of course, our first things are attending to our families, our husbands, our wives, children, and to, all the other things that come up, the inconveniences. And so you're retreating from the craziness, the busyness of life to be refreshed. And that is our heart, that not just, as leaders, like coming here and coming with an intention to be reset, to go back replenished, but why do we do this? Like, we want to talk about that because we'd love for you to be a part of this. And if not with us somewhere or with someone, that you'd have the people you love, who you spend your time with.
Absolutely. I love that because I think one of the key words is intentionality, right? Thinking about the things that we're choosing to do, the things that we're taking part in, and really be held accountable, be challenged, be encouraged, be praying in right now to have a community that is really just, that is there and a place that you can go to for support, for prayer, for accountability, just for all the things as women, the many hats that we wear, just to be reminded of like, what is our ultimate purpose? Even just a simple conversation like we just had right now. It's kind of like, what is the focus and what is the purpose and the intent behind what all these things? And it's like, we just have a simple conversation reminding us of what's important, right? And it immediately changes everything about how we think, how we operate. And it's like, hey, I have to tell my emotions to chill out. Like if I'm going to retreat, I need to tell myself to take a pause, to take a moment. What am I here for? what do I want to receive as someone who's come to serve? What do I want to receive? And just telling your thoughts where to go, right?
That's right. Taking authority over your thoughts. There's a thing that I say often is your feelings make great servants, but the feelings of, oh, I don't know because I don't know anyone, or you know what, there's no way that they're real, or it's, too good to be true, or I know girls and I've been hurt and I just don't know if this is even what they say it is. And so I would say, first of all, we commend for those of you that are signed up to come. There's so many of you that are showing up tomorrow who don't know a soul here. You're deep with a friendship that is going to continue to lead you and guide you in the way where you guys can be that for each other. And we were talking about how so often, we have these expectations in our friendships, yet as long as we have a heart for pursuing a growth in our faith and a heart to hear and long from hearing from God, we'll always be that kind of friend to get us back on track. If I'm falling off track or you're falling off track, and be that out of love that we want to see each other thrive in our purpose, thrive in our calling, that we make that the crooked paths become straight because that's what God said it would, and be that for each other.
I love that. Yeah, and it's so important also to remember, I think that sometimes when we do these things, it could be a little intimidating, right? Because we have these standards and expectations and what we think it is and versus what it really is, right? And sometimes we'll limit ourselves from having an experience or we do this, let's be real. We do this so that women can have an encounter with God.
Yes.
We facilitate all this, we come together, we work, we get along so that women can come and have a moment with God, because that's what's really transformed our lives. And because it's transformed our lives, we want to create moments that women are able to meet with God, right? But to build those relationships with other women that are also know that it's vital to have that relationship with God, and that it's not easy. It's not an easy path. Right. It's not a popular message. It's not like the easiest thing to do. It could be really challenging right now. And there's so many messages out there, so many beliefs, so many things to put your trust in. And so it's what do I believe in, and how can I be held accountable to that belief, which for us, it's Jesus. It's the message of Jesus, right? So I think just coming in here and also, because yes, we're a team of women that facilitate these events, but also knowing that it takes a community and it takes a village for each of us to do our part.
That's right.
The women that are attending, they play a role. You play a role. If you're coming, you play a role. If you attend our events, if you take part in anything that we do, you're a big part of what we're trying to impart in women. Is yes, we're doing it, but we want other women to do what we're doing to continue to get that message out and to encourage other women to live in their full purpose. And
Andy says it's going to be my daughter's first women's retreat.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Right, Andy. That's Dom's mom. So so Andy's coming tomorrow. She's bringing her daughter, and I love that this is a place where you can bring your daughters.
Yes.
And we're talking more and more about that. Is creating spaces where women can bring their daughters.
I am so grateful. I remember my very first retreat, and I was already on team, and I had never been part of a retreat experience yet. Just being there and just being able to see women like guards coming down, lay it down, and just, okay, God, what is it that you have for me? I need to receive. I want to receive, and He's so faithful. Coming, he really is, just with a heart ready, and and that's what we want for women who partner with us in our socials, in our conferences, in our retreats. They're all purposeful in that, again, what Edith shared is that you would meet God, that God would meet you wherever you're at in your life, wherever you're at in your walk. Maybe you don't even know, how solid your relationship is, or if you even have a faith, and that yet it would be an opportunity that you'd feel encouraged, that there is hope and for a future, and that the plan for you is good.
Yeah, and we wanted to also talk a little bit about just kind of practical ways. First one, what are the things that we allow to keep us from stepping into places like this, and what are some practical things that women can do to be able to just step into and actually take the leap.
Yeah, we were talking about that because
and not I want you to expand on that, but also not just in this type of setting, but anything that God is calling them to, because we know that whatever God calls you to, it's always uncomfortable and uneasy.
It's uncomfortable. Well, and that's the thing, it's guarding your surroundings, your circle. We talk about this a lot because it is a true fact. It's, you know,
We do.
that where who you surround yourself with is where you're going to go. And so if you feel that your circle is keeping you down, it's keeping you from growing in faith, from advancing in life, from feeling that you're living in your calling and in your purpose, then it's probably the wrong circle. And we were talking about how so many people say, like, I just long for better friends, or I wish I had friends that, you know, could help me in this area or grow in my faith. Yet you're not taking the step and the you know, taking that step out and getting yourself uncomfortable. Like, you're gonna have to sign up for that, you know, event where you have an opportunity. Like, if you're praying for good friendships, God can do his part, but you got to do yours. You got to step out. You got to have that faith that he's going to put those people in your life, but you put yourself in those environments. And, you know, nobody's perfect. Like, nobody, I don't care how long you've been walking with God, you'll never be perfect. There's always room for growth. So don't ever walk into a room thinking that you're not enough, or you're not where these other people are. Like, we were actually talking about that for us in leadership. Like, we're not here just to serve. We need to be here to receive, because we haven't arrived. Like, we'll never will. And so we need to be receiving and expectant to hear a word so that we can also be filled and have something to pour out from.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I love that, because one of the things we talked about too is like having the accountability. But sometimes I think it's hard for us to trust accountability, because we think that accountability or stepping into a new space where we're expecting to build relationships is going to be perfect every time. Like, people are faulty, we're humans, but I think one of the ways that we grow as women is stepping into relationships and learning how to be able to be indifferent and have different, you and I don't agree on everything 100% of the time, but we have a mutual respect and love for one another that it doesn't even matter that we don't see eye to eye on every issue. It's that I love you enough to trust what you believe in and the values that you hold, that some may be different than mine, but there's just relationship there. And it's so much bigger than like seeing those little indifferences and allowing that, because especially right now in this time, it's like, it's just, there's so much division, so many reasons and excuses why we walk away from relationships. Divorce is at an all-time high. People are just, it's easier to walk away from hard relationships, from hard people. And it's like, people are hard. And I think that's one of the things that has allowed us to mature and even develop as a team. But the great thing about that I've seen the most, is that it's deepened our friendship. Like, there's a new love that we've reached that it's been through deepening, it's been through overcoming challenges, it's been through having hard conversations. And I think that, you know, especially for women, like, it's so easy to have an offense, hold an offense, and keep the offense, and then allow that separation to come in, because that's what the enemy ultimately wants, right? It's like, let me place a wedge here, a wedge big enough to just, like, the offense is so big, there's no coming back from it. And I think when you really understand what the enemy wants to do is to keep you from relationship, to keep you in isolation, to keep you far from community, is because then that's where he does his, because you're not surrounded by people, by women that you find those friendships. And that's why we create this community, to be that for other women. We're not always going to get it right, though, those imperfections. Always believe the best in people, see the best in people, even when they're not. All those things. It's a lot, right? But
I emphasize that because you'll never get to a place where all of a sudden, in the environments where iron sharpens iron, where other people love the gold out of you, they pull the gold out of you, they make you better, they call to be like, love looked like me not saying it. But as a believer and as somebody who wants to get better, I'm going to have uncomfortable conversations. And in love, I want to grow at being able to be a better communicator to help someone become better. Like, feedback or something that you might not want to hear. And it's just, where is your heart in this? And, you know, we want to help, you know, the women that we get to partner with. We lock arms. We're not like at different places. You know, we're coming alongside each other and just saying, hey, your path looks different than mine. And we're part of just coming in as a guest, and they're like, hey, I want to be a part of what you're actually facilitating and what is being done in the lives of women because of what God did in my life through attending an event. And it's just been really, and I think that's what really makes this all worthwhile. You know, we're talking about it a minute ago, is that when you see the growth in women and you see that things that they came like carrying, and they're no longer carrying, they're free from, they're talking different, they're acting different, they're responding different. And it makes it all worthwhile. Like, it's hard work, but it's just work that is so, it's transformative, it's life-changing, it's
rewarding, very rewarding.
Yes.
But I want to, can we take a look at the team, what they're doing? Can we
tell them
scan?
about the place.
Oh yeah,
Can we
so
scan?
our
Yeah.
venue is dreamy. I mean,
Yes.
if all else,
Shout out to
shout
Vanessa
out, yeah.
for this beautiful venue. She built, her and her husband actually built this home. Their beautiful pool in the back, the grass, everything.
How many
just
rooms?
looks, yeah, there's 12 rooms.
12 rooms.
Sleeps.
Also
As long
much
as y'all
stuff
don't
for
rent it on a day that
weddings.
we're booking it.
We get priority. No,
Yeah, I know, right? We get first dibs. No, but it's for weddings, for events. It's just a beautiful, beautiful venue. She's got everything here.
We're in Fredericksburg,
and there's a-
Texas. I don't
yeah.
know if we shared that.
Yeah.
So it's just such a beautiful space.
Here's our lovely
Hey,
team
ladies,
here planning.
Say hi.
There's our girls hard at work, hard at work. But yeah, you know, we love our team. They really put their heart and soul. They're moms. They're busy.
Well, and that's
they're,
the other point I also wanted to share it. I didn't want to forget to say this, is there's a lot of women who are not here this weekend because they felt guilty leaving their children or leaving their family. And I just would challenge you to pray about where that guilt is coming from. Because what would it look like to plug, you know, get help, ask husband for help, ask in-laws, mothers, whatever, to come and help and go back showing up as a refreshed wife, as a refreshed mom. What would it look like in your home environment for your children to get the best version of you, a more faith-filled version of you, a mom who's fulfilled with new relationships that are drawing her to the Lord?
Yeah,
you know, I
that's
just
so
I
good.
just challenge you to make that prayer. It's between you and God only,
Yeah.
but it's something that I think we need to reframe the way we see it instead of saying is I can't leave my children or I can't.
4 babies, hands are full. And, you know, but she just talks about how through our time alone with the Lord, but I feel like some of my greatest growth comes through sharpening iron. You know, when you think
Yes.
about, you know, gold being made, it's through the pressure and
fire.
the fire and the refining. And it's like, I love that you said like pulling the gold, like being there while that refining is being done. Is that like,
Yes.
you know, it doesn't always look great. Sometimes we'll have our moments, but it's like how I said, like seeing the best in them that for that moment and trusting that there's something better on the other side.
That's
And that there's
right.
a breakthrough that's on the other side, and that sometimes we get to facilitate that breakthrough and we get to be a part of that breakthrough. So
It's a gift.
It's
really.
a gift. It really is. Yeah. So we just wanted to jump on here really quickly. It's a little chilly out here.
Yes,
My
we
hands
love
are
it. Look at, we
freezing.
have a teddy bear
I
in
know.
house.
I'm on. Yes.
I love it. It's all fuzzy and feely. But
It's only out here now, but keep talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yes, so yeah.
yeah, no, so we just want to say, we just wanted to say we're just so grateful that you plugged in to hear a little bit more about our heart, our mission, and why we do these. Yes, it's fun girl time, but again, it's intentional time away. It's intentional time to be refreshed and re-energized and just, again, retreating to see what God has for us in this time.
Absolutely. It's worth it. It's worth it. So thank you so much for jumping on. We love y'all. We can't wait to see the girls that are going to be coming tomorrow to join us.
Yay.
And we have plenty of things in 2024 that we'll roll out here in the near future. But until then, we will see y'all.
Stay
Bye.
tuned. Bye, guys.